think this is a good wake-up call for all of us, right? No one is too far from making the wrong decision.
It's heartbreaking, you know, and everyone needs to be held accountable.
Tonight at 9 on DC News Now, DC Council member Trayon White accused of taking thousands of dollars in bribes. What his office is saying about the arrest and how the community is reacting. A local Shake Shack at the center of an anti-gay hate crime investigation.
I was feeling pretty helpless, I was like, there's no one stepping in.
We hear from a man who says the workers attacked him and his partner.
Hi everyone, if you were looking for cooler temperatures and sunny skies, it's coming. I have your full forecast. It's coming up.
Before the cameras, there were a lot more speeders.
I just feel like it's a waste of taxpayer money.
New speed zone cameras coming to more school zones in Fairfax County, Virginia. Why not everyone is on board. The Washington Commanders make it official. Jaden Daniels is the starting quarterback.
Just a blessing that DQ and AP trust me to go out there and lead the team.
What went into trusting the rookie? Tonight at 9. More fallout from the arrest of D.C. Council member Trayon White. His office responding to allegations the Ward 8 councilman took tens of thousands of dollars in bribes. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us at 9. I'm Susan Tran. Chris Flanagan has a night off. His office releasing a statement tonight saying, in part, we recognize the seriousness of this matter. We want to assure Ward 8 residents and stakeholders that our office remains fully operational and steadfast in our commitment to serving the public. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone is live from federal court. And Marielle, you've been speaking with people in the community. What are they saying about this news?
Well, Susan, it's certainly been shocking for a lot of community members because they are trying to pair the Trayon White they know with the Trayon White that is described in this criminal complaint. Now, some of the words I've heard people use today include heartbreaking, disappointing, and painful.
On any statement you want to make.
Monday, a silent Trayon White leaves the federal courthouse. The Ward 8 council member charged with bribery, still surrounded by loyal supporters.
That's our council member and our family.
According to court documents, White is accused of accepting $156,000 in cash bribes from a confidential source in exchange for pressuring government employees to extend contracts for works around gun violence interruption. This photo, taken by a hidden camera, shows White receiving $5,000.
Right now, it's just painful.
For Terrence Staley, executive director of the Alliance of Concerned Men, the accusations are shocking.
I've only known Trey for being a community hero.
Staley, whose organization works in gun violence interruption, says government contracts and grants are difficult to get.
We apply for these grants every single year. It's a competition, right? I don't see where there can be any influence in that.
The feelings for many are conflicted.
I feel like it's heartbreaking. I feel like it's a double-edged sword.
Joanna Hardy runs Guns Down Friday, a nonprofit that helps communities affected by youth homicide, suicide, and mental illness.
Everyone needs to be held accountable, but I've seen killers walk away from murdering someone.
She says despite the accusations, she stands by White and his track record in the community.
When a child is shot, I can literally pick up my phone and call Trayon White, and he will be at the hospital. He will be on the scene.
And both Hardy and Terrence there, they say that they hope this doesn't affect the good work that's happening in the public safety community. Hardy also saying that this really shows that there need to be some changes with how money is doled out to the community and these organizations. Susan, White is set to appear again in court coming up on September 9th. Reporting live from federal court, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Marielle, thank you so much for those details. Now, officials all across the district have been weighing in on these charges against White. Chairman Phil Mendelson releasing a statement saying, in part, the federal charges against council member Trayon White are deeply disturbing. At-large council member Robert White saying the criminal allegations against council member Trayon White are disturbing and disheartening. This news is tragic for the constituents of Ward 8. Let's take a live look outside right now. You can see on the Capitol building a beautiful night. The temperatures tomorrow morning might be nice and lovely. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. And Janessa, when we were listening to Marielle report, you could hear the wind in her microphone.
Yeah, I need that wind to keep cranking for us. And the reason being, folks, it's going to allow our heat and humidity to go down. It's really Humidity levels that are super high right now, and it still feels very muggy. By tomorrow morning, as you're kicking off your day, that kind of moves out of the region with this stalled out front. It's beautiful out there besides the winds. We have air temperatures. This is the ambient temperatures that's still into the upper 60s to 70s across the region. And this is what our daytime highs are going to. So that's going to be a dramatic change. The front out there from Cumberland, Kaiser into the 50s. So that's comfortable air. We need it to kind of filter into the rest of the DMV and wipe out these 70s, upper 60s for dew points. There's still a little bit too much moisture in the atmosphere. There's instability up the Carolina coast from Wilmington out towards Virginia Beach and parts of Delaware at this point, but that will start to be replaced with high pressure moving back into the region. We're off to a pretty great start tomorrow, folks. We are about to go on a good stretch of weather where it's very quiet, tranquil, and really a lot of sunshine. The trade-off is if you don't like cooler air, it is coming. Daytime highs will be back into the 70s. I have your full extended forecast. It's coming up.
Looking forward to that, Janessa. Thank you. New at 9, D.C. police are investigating a double shooting in Southeast. Officials say one person is not conscious. The other one, though, is. We do have a team there now. Stick with us right here on D.C. News Now. We're going to be sure to bring you the very latest as soon as we get those details. New tonight in Maryland, Prince George's County Police are searching for the driver involved in a hit-and-run crash. Take a look at your screen. Officials say they are looking for a silver Chevrolet Avalanche similar to this one you see on your screen. Now, the crash, it happened there on Exxon Hill Road Friday afternoon and killed a man who was walking in the area, sending his body into the parking lot nearby. Investigators say that the car could have damage to the front bumper and the driver's side headlight. If you have any information, you are urged to call police. Developing now, D.C. police have launched an anti-gay hate crime investigation into some videos circulating online showing a violent attack. Now, the video appears to show several Shake Shack employees attacking a man over the weekend. The incident, it happened at the chain's DuPont Circle location on 18th Street. D.C. News Now's Ben Dennis spoke with the victim and finds out more about what happened.
Well, we know at least 2 Shake Shack employees have been suspended by the company after this investigation got underway Saturday night during dinner time at the DuPont Circle location. The victim tells me it all started after he kissed his male partner inside, and an anti-gay hate crime probe is underway.
You know, still pretty shaken up.
Bruises are clearly visible on Christian Dingus' face, and an unsettling feeling lingers.
I mean, it was all very fast.
A video circulating online appears to show Dingus being sent to the ground by at least 2 people, one clearly wearing a Shake Shack uniform. Once he's sent to the sidewalk, motionless, punches are still being thrown on him.
The audacity to do that in broad daylight, surrounded by a huge crowd of people recording, and just the brutality of the attack.
I was feeling pretty helpless. Like I was like, is no one stepping in? Is nothing's gonna happen to break this up? And you know, I didn't know if it was ever going to.
Dingus says he was waiting for food with his partner, and at one point they kissed. He says an employee said they can't do that. Dingus says when his partner argued they could, he says an employee took that friend outside and he tried to intervene, though not aggressively. The police report does not detail the circumstances before punches are thrown. It says the employee claimed they acted in self-defense after Dingus put his hands on his neck, something he disputes.
Even at that point, like as I'm laying in the fetal position, that I put my hand on all 5 of their necks as they're on top of me.
And there's incidents of homophobia, but especially here in D.C., you should be able to feel safe here.
Now, neither D.C. police nor Shake Shack have shared any video from inside the restaurant at the time. Shake Shack says that they have suspended those employees involved, but they are, quote, committed to taking the appropriate actions based on the findings. In Northwest, Ben Dennis, D.C. News Now.
Let's head to Maryland now, where an apartment fire this weekend leaves more than 40 people there in Montgomery County out of their homes. And 2 people, as well as 4 firefighters, were sent to the hospital. We do know the firefighters have already been checked out and released. They're going to be okay. For families, though, who live in these apartments, they say their future is in limbo.
I thought maybe, you know, they'll be able to salvage some parts of the building. It won't be that bad. But later on now that I look at it, it's pretty bad.
Families out of their homes are now relying on clothing banks for essentials. The Clarksburg Closet is taking donations. It's located right next to the Cedar Brook Community Church. A health alert for pets and families. There's algae in the Potomac River. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources says it was found in the water near Riley's Lock Road. Algae can be really harmful if swallowed, so it's best to keep anyone, especially pets, out of the water until further notice. In Virginia, Fairfax County Schools welcoming students back today, and they're also testing out that phone-free policy at some of the middle and high schools. Parents can find a whole list of the schools that are participating on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Let's stay in Virginia. A dozen schools in Fairfax County are next in line for some speed cameras, after the county says the first round of monitoring has been really effective in slowing down drivers. DC News Now's Max Marcilla shows us the success of the program as well as what's next.
School's back, and so are the buses, as are the 11 speed cameras at 9 different school zones across Fairfax County.
People don't know how to drive out there. They drive faster than they need to, and they make it extremely dangerous.
It's long been a concern of neighbors, and now it seems the county has found an effective solution. One of the biggest areas of impact is right here on Silverbrook Road. We're right across the street from South County High School and South County Middle School. Now, when these cameras were put in for the pilot program, drivers were going about 33.5 miles an hour during the school zone hours. But after the pilot program, those numbers were down to just about 25 miles an hour. The numbers ticked up to about 29 miles per hour this past February, but that's still an improvement. Wesley Kaliak, father of 3, says he's noticed it.
Before the cameras, there were a lot more speeders.
Wesley's oldest, Christian, walked to his first day of school on Monday, and before he and his dad left to tennis practice, he said it's important for these streets to be safe.
I have a dream, and that's to be pro at tennis, and I'm not ending that off getting hit by a car.
That's the county's goal and the reason why they're expanding the program, with plans to install cameras in 10 other school zones now and a goal of 40 new cameras by the end of the year.
We look out for each other, and we feel like it's an invasion.
Though not everyone is on board, Mike Dennis says the cameras are unnecessary.
Does it really make a difference? You know, or is it even worth it?
But the county says they are critical, both in practice. A majority of the 25,000 citations were for speeds between 10 and 15 miles per hour over, and in message.
You got lots of kids walking and crossing the street, so just for that safety, I think it's important for the cameras.
Reporting in Fairfax County, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.